What's up guys, this is Domezy, bringing you the most recent battle in the Friendly War League. This was against the top team, the Destroyers. They were previously unbeaten. They were 6-0 at this point, so this is the 7th match. So we lost our first one, and then we won 3, lost 1, and we've won the most recent. So let's look at this war. Now this war was a struggle, I will be honest with you. They have some really good base designs. We really had some issues at the Town Hall 9 section, which we almost never do. Guys, this is a really heavy Town Hall 9 war. I think there was, let me see here, there was about 25, I should think. 20 up to here. So yeah, there's 26 Town Hall 9s in this. Sorry, 24. Some of the best raids came from the top, but I want to highlight some of the Town Hall 9 raids that did succeed as well. So let's start off and work from the top. The first one was a Town Hall 10 hitting Town Hall 11, so heading up. That's generally how we do things in Town Hall 11 gameplay. You have the Town Hall 10s hit up. So this is a dragon attack. It's a little bit awkward to get to the Town Hall here, so I have to be careful with my funnel. This is actually my raid here. So we all planned this together because it was desperate times. We were struggling a bit. So the idea here is the heroes clean up some of this trash buildings here, and they do kind of cut out a little funnel for the dragons. This is an unscouted base as well, and we didn't have raids to spare. So what you see is all fresh hit. So we've cut out this air defense, but we still have one here. These two are going to be out of range. Eagle is activated. So I'm a little bit slow with spells here. Could have had some spellage down already. There's the first one though, and the haste to get to this sweep area is kind of a pain in the ass. So that freezer is supposed to get some of the CC. We didn't know what angle they were going to come in on, so I did my best with how they came out. So at this point, it's a little bit iffy, but there is this gap here, so everything's going to come up. And we're looking at a 50% at the moment with the 2-star. I did have a few extra percentage troops just to help, knowing that this could come down to percentage. So we got a dragon cycling the outside on the trash ring here. Those two are the only free percentage ones, and this one was kind of hard. If you look at the range on these guys, it's pretty close. The skeleton did get him. So then we just got a baby jag to pick off any extra buildings that are possible. I'll just speed this up a little bit. Baby drag takes out a couple more here. I think I do get that building. Yeah, the minion takes out the skeleton and the archer finishes that. So guys, that was a 59%er. Not bad for hitting up on a... that was pretty much a max base, wasn't it? Almost a max 11. I'm not going to show you this raid, but let's move to the next one here. This base, we had the option to hit it again, but we decided we were going to do a high percentage on this one and go for a 3-star attempt on this one. It didn't matter at that time what we did, so that was later on in the war. Now Homemade put in 2 stellar attacks. He did 2 Town Hall 10 dips, but with 2 different strategies. So let's have a look at these. What we've got is the, I think this is called the tchSlap, and since the witches are now very strong, it's the go-to method for some of the Town Hall 11s, and even Town Hall 9s. Your golems are gonna come inside, but they're gonna start the witches safely off to begin with, and then they're gonna come around the outside. Your main force with your heroes is gonna go through the core, get in the CC, and some of the splash damage out of the way. So if we look, we've got a clump walking on each side. It's nice to have a few bowlers or a few wizards to back up your witches, because they don't do a whole lot of damage by themselves. So we got 3 jump spells used in this raid. He's just devouring it at the moment. He's cutting right through the middle. His heroes are just dicing it up, and he's going to get all of the splash out, which means that there is going to be almost nothing, because these mortars can't stop these skeletons. There's going to be almost nothing to stop the outside horde, even if these guys were to die in the core. So he just mints this base, walks right through it. Look at how much army is left over. This one here was, I'll just briefly go over this because it's a different strategy. This one was, we knew we just needed a 2-star on it, so I went for a 2-star strategy of high percentage. This is your Vaby dragon. Circling the outside, I'm going to put this on ×2. Circling the outside with your baby dragons, nice space in between them so that they don't lose their rage. And this picks up all the percentage, and then you also make the funnel around the town hall entrance point. Once that's done, you enter on the town hall and you send your heroes and a whole bunch of elks in the mix. And you use pretty much all your spells. So we're just cut right through this middle, picking up the percentage as well as the town hall. So we are looking at a 83% raid. Not bad for a raid that doesn't really take that much skill. The only thing you have to worry about on that one is just getting your spells down real fast. So 83% on a max Town Hall 10 is perfectly fine, 10v10. I'm going to show you Homemade's second raid. This was an air one. So he comes in on this side here. And I think his objective is to get the Queen, the CC, an Inferno, and an air defense. He might get a second air defense. So starting off with that funnel to begin with, we can see he wants to enter on this side from his deployment. It is essentially a naked kill squad here. We have bowlers and the king is the tank. So this is a really high value for your kill squad raid. So his king is still going strong. Warden's ability's gone and he's going to get the CC. The queen is already dead and he is going to get this. He's not going to get this air defense. So with that, the air portion's ready. 3 air defenses to get. The warden is still alive for the time being, so they can benefit from his aura if they get in that area. So he's cycling clockwise through this base. Plenty of haste to drop here. He's got a freeze for the Inferno. So many spells to use. His queen is dead, but his warden is still up, so they're actually in the aura now. Oh, warden just died. So we are done with that base. Look at how many balloons we have. We've got plenty of pups. Fast forward through that one. Another awesome raid from Homemade. What's next? That was 6, let's look at 9. So we're on to the Town Hall 9 raids, guys. The first one we're going to look at is using the witches at Town Hall 9. So I've seen this done in a couple of raids. A couple of different ways, sorry. The first one is using golems as the front line for your witches. There needs to be something to help pick up the splash or trigger the bombs. The other one is using healers behind the witches. I've seen that as well, a couple of healers on these flanks. So basically what happens here is these witches just go out of control and they just keep you can't kill them when they've got this much tanking and they've got the wizards mixed in, you can see, so they're gonna do the damage around the outside. We're gonna cut through the middle of the base with the bowlers, the queen, and just spells. Golems are triggering all the traps. We got a golem here, not quite sure what he's doing, but even this Tesla farm is not gonna be able to cut through the witches. So at this point, it always looks like they're not getting very far through the base, but when you realize them coming out of the other side, there's so much left, guys. Coming to the other side of this base, we still have pretty much all the witches, plenty of wizards still going. Bowlers, heroes, pretty much full health. These aren't max heroes either by any means. So look at all this left at the end here. It's just mayhem. So that was 19 on 9, and it doesn't really matter when you get to those Town Hall 9s because they are all near max bases, but still. Reading up. This next one is another Town Hall 9. This is a GoBoHo raid, old school GoBoHo. The difference with this one is there's not many heals for his hogs, and I don't believe he actually uses any for his hogs. So he's got this massive focus on keeping the bowlers in his kill squad alive and just letting them push through so much of the base. So we got 3 golems for the tanks as well as max heroes. Really good funnel here. He's gotten his bowlers, all of them have gone in. So there's his only heal is down. Jumps ready to catch the kill squad so that they don't split up. And a lovely poison as well. Here comes some of the hogs. That dragon is definitely going down. So notice how well he uses his surgical hogs. He doesn't have a heal, so he can't afford to group them all up. If there's a giant bomb, they would all be low on health. So he's using the bare minimum to take down each target, and any that make it to the next one are bonus. So this doesn't matter, the fact that he just triggered those giant bombs, it doesn't matter. And see, he's actually met his kill squad on the backside here. Still no heals for his hogs, but look at how many have made it through. There's about 10 hogs there who have made it all the way to the final defense. So really well done. Great use of hogs here. And so bomb towers and giant bombs don't matter anywhere near as much when you go for that kind of approach. 18 hogs in that raid. So I've got 2 more raids to show you, both Town Hall 9. We've got Sir Aron. I believe this is an air raid. Yep, this is his air raid. So Town Hall 9 air raids, we haven't seen any of those yet in this war recap. As with all the air raids, you have to get the queen, unless it's the queen pop. You get the queen, and you get a couple of air defenses with your kill squad. Here go the bowlers, they're pushing nicely in. We got one that's gone around. The queen has actually gone around, but it doesn't matter because the CC is dead now. It's looking a bit iffy, like he's not going to get this second air defense, but the defenses are site distracted, so he will get it in a second. So he's just waiting on that, making sure he gets a good hero ability. And there goes that second air defense. So he's trying to defend his queen here. He's got a few balloons going a bit awry, but he has got an extra spell to help into this sweeper and to get through the Tesla farm. Now on the back side, he's doing something similar. Just so that these wizard towers don't have one cluster to focus, they have to look at all 3 of these. And so he has mashed that base. He still has half of his kill squad left. In fact, I see 4 bowlers out of the 5. Queen is alive, just about. And he's got those side buildings picked off with his archers. So great raid, Aron. This was pretty close to the end of the war and we really needed this. We still had Town Hall 9 bases to clear. And the very last one to show you is by Butters. It's another air raid, but he does the balloon so perfectly I had to show you. So same idea here, Queen is here, CC is here, and he's looking for these 2 air defenses, and the sweeper would be nice. Great timing on those wall breakers. Wizard was distracted on this golem. Heal catches that giant bomb damage on the bowlers so that they do none. Queen takes out the second air defense. He's got 3 hastes left for his air portion. So here we go. 2 hands are both down. So he actually still has a healthy hound in the middle there. That might take him down. But he's still got plenty of loons and the hound. We have half a kill squad left cleaning up the bottom side. A 3rd health hound, so he's done this one very nicely. And even though he didn't have a whole large amount of balloons going through the core, he had the exact amount that he needed to get what he wanted done, and plenty to minimize the movement of the balloons overall to take out these straggling defenses. Another exemplary raid from Butters. He got a 6-pack this war, so shout out to him. One of the 2 Town Hall 9s that got 6-packs. So there's your war recap. Finally the destroyers have been beaten. I'm glad that it was us. And so thanks for good war destroyers, and thanks for watching.